So I'm sitting here watching a show on a science channel, Curiosity, Questions of Life, What's America Worth? It's hosted by Donald Trump. So Donald is going covering the whole United States, trying to find out what would be the value of the United States, a monetary dollar value if you count all the resources, when you count everything that you can put a dollar price on, down to people having yard sales. And to me, as I listen to this, and this is something that's actually been wondering myself, because I've been wondering about it and how it applies to our ability to provide everything for our citizens. First of all, the necessities of the food, clothing, shelter, and medical, and then any other thing, any any other items, TVs, whatever, everything, any items of enjoyment, any and everything you could want can be provided for by the government. Um, and first of all, we have the resources to provide that. We have the resources to produce everything that we need, and then that we want. And then as I look at it, I thought about it. First off, because we're talking about the things that we manufacture here with the United States. Everything that we manufacture here is ultimately be without cost. It's not without cost. When we manufacture something here in the United States and then we sell it to our citizens, that's really a null cost that's going on. That's because it's like if you take a family and I was to sell something to my wife within my house, but then the money is being put in our account. Yeah, I mean it's just once again it's nullifying itself. And ultimately, that's what would be occurring in the United States when we sell to each other within basically our unit, the unit United States. It's a null value. Um, and ultimately we're just hurting each other. So once again, go back to if within my own household, if I was to sell items, and I would say, and I would have something, have some food, and tell my wife, you gotta buy it, and she doesn't have money to buy it, it's hurting her because she's going without. But it doesn't make sense to hurt her, and it doesn't make sense to hurt her in that way. Um, I'm looking to get a benefit. I'm looking to get some monetary gain, but ultimately it's hurting our household. And the United States, it's hurting us when we're going back and forth selling things to each other that we need and that we want, when we can provide that to each other freely as one household. If we look at the United States and look at it as a unit, if we look at ourselves as a family, and I guess really that speaks to really our mindset of our unity as the United States. Are we really united if we're not providing for each other, if we're not looking out for each other? Um, so again, you wouldn't if you would turn the United States into a household. No, baby, turn the household into the United States. You wouldn't treat your family in the same manner that you do these people out here in the streets, right? Once again, the selling and how you do things, and not caring for how they're being provided for. So once again, if we're supposed to be united, then let's be united as one. So, so any argument against doing so is first of all people trying to bring up and talking about it's communism, and communism has failed and whatnot. I don't know the intricate details of communism and socialism. I don't like getting into all those titles because you're automatically biased against something when you the titles. What we're talking about is caring. What we're talking about is empathy. What we're talking about is love. What we're talking about is taking care of each other. So that's what we're talking about if we're going to apply some titles. What we're talking about is freedom. We're talking about is the ability to truly live and not just survive. You don't apply titles. All the other stuff is just nonsense to me. It's words to put on really what would be at the core, which would be apathy, which would be indifference, which would be greed and self-centeredness. And I'm going to try to find something to knock down to diminish, to destroy something that would be for the greater good of all. And I'm going to do all I can to knock down by throwing some words at it. Whereas if you're going to throw some words, throw words at things to improve it, to make it better, to shine a good light on it. So once again, we can provide everything for our citizens here, and knowing that we have to get things from other countries. There's some things that I don't even know if we really have to. I know we do, but the question is, do we have to get things? The products that we buy from other countries, do we have to get them from other countries? So we need to figure out first. And those things that we have to, then what it is that we can sell to them or we can barter. The things that we have to get from other nations outside of us, well, we have things that nations get from us. So and then that expands that that even expands even further idea of oneness of one family, the entire world. We're selling to each other, going back and forth, hurting each other instead of coming together and realizing that we are one unit. One unit. This planet is one household. So, but anyway, so the United States is one household. So looking at our worth as a nation, then what we can do is provide for our citizens here and then sell to foreigners. When foreigners come here from uh, come over to the United States, they have to buy the things. We as citizens, we can go to the store. We should be able to go to the store and just freely grab whatever it is that we need. But a foreigner who is here from a country, being a non-citizen, will have to purchase it. So anything that a foreigner did over here, they will have to pay money for. Citizens don't. Um, and then if we need to once again buy or purchase a resource from outside of us, then we can create money to do that. We can create money to outside sources. We don't charge our citizens. We charge foreigners. We charge them for the resources they need from us. We charge them for when we send our workers overseas for their benefit, not for ours, but for theirs. If they need us, if they need or they need to come here, we have a lot of people who come here from other nations to go to school. We charge them to go to school. We as a nation, as a household, we charge them for the benefit to coming in. And I believe if the time was taken to figure this out, get economists, whatnot, it could be done. I believe it could be done. And if I had the money to pay for economists to do it, or if I was in the political position to have it done, say being president, to say let's get economists and let's figure out a plan. Is it a way to provide everything for our citizens? Is it a way where we create a monetary system for without to go with outside of the nation and not within, so that we can provide everything we need? And I believe it can be done. And as far as I know, it hasn't been shown that it can't be done. So I'm interested in that. And I think that's what our leaders should be doing.